Today is Sunday, 1st of July. This is the center of Bessens. I believe they're going to hold a cycle race. And as you can hear, they got some funky music going on. Back in the center of Bessens again. I'm bringing that element of sophistication and class. I've got my favorite, which is lemonade, and eating out of a can. Creamy potato and bits. This is the level of sophistication that's I think only befits such a beautiful environment. That, believe it or not, is snow. Oh my goodness. Covered in dirt, but snow nonetheless in the middle of summer. This place is very beautiful, a little bit touristy. It's got good access by road, so lots of people can come. Even got some ruins. And it carries on for a bit more. That's the direction I came from. Bessen, well out of view. And then you come to the old part of Bonnevel's Arc, I think. And then you come up to the newer bit, over this end. This is where you clamber up from. As you can see, great views. Come up from that direction. I'm heading towards the middle right there, I think. Yesterday I thought, in preparation for this morning, I would make some tracks. At the time they looked really good, but you can see just overnight it kind of disappears. There's kind of like merges into all the bumps and everything, but they still helped. The main thing that helped were my crampons. Technically I don't need them, I could have just walked around this, but I think it's a good practice just to get familiar with your crampons. Yesterday I was talking about how life had become simplified and fundamentally better. There was one thing I had missed. You're looking at it, the tent. Accommodation, it's vitally important. So number one, I guess, would be water. Number two would be the tent. Number three would be going for a poo. Number four would be food. Number five would be washing myself and my gear. And number six would be taking care of everything and general maintenance. And I suppose that's the general order of things. That's about it, really. Here I was trying out the crampons. You can see from here coming all the way up here, and then I came across to here. I wanted to test them out and also to see what they would be like when you're going up a much steeper angle, and it's getting more and more steeper up here, and I thought best to come off. In terms of kicking steps, less about actual kicking in, more about actually kick in and drag the snow out. So using your front claws of your crampons as a scoop kind of thing, to make a platform, and then you can rest your whole foot, including the heel, into the snow. Anyway, I'm going to try to find an easier way out of this. Came from about there, came up, that was a steeper angle, then it shallowed up, and then I came across and up here. I've just come across this straightforward section. I felt a lot safer with the crampons. Well, that wasn't too bad, that was easy, but they've got a chain for good reason. And this looks, well, a bit more interesting. Because it's such a steep high bank, you can't actually go on it. So you're going to have to skirt around the bottom part of it. I think crampons would make that bit even worse. Here I can probably just get over it. Well, I had my crampons on after all. And I did actually go over. I did think about going under and across there, but they looked like crevasses and it didn't look so good. So I went over there, then came across, and obviously just left my crampons on me. There's no real way, you're going to take them off. And carefully come across here. It looks easy here. Didn't quite feel so much particular points. This is an interesting sight. Not people there. But those lot. As you can see, I'm in the middle of a snowfield, but this one's very shallow, so it's easy to get across. Still crampons help nonetheless. Now this snowfield is very easy indeed. Relatively flat. So no need to waste time putting on crampons. Monday, 2nd of July 2018, I'm at Col de l'Iseran, which is a little over 2,750 meters. It's actually a little bit higher than that. That's the direction I came from. That's the direction I'm heading in. I'm sure the bikers will let me pass. And you got skiing down in that direction. And in that direction down there is Val d'Isère, which is where I'm heading to now. This is Val d'Isère. This is the main road. So all the traffic comes through here anyway. Well, I've been sitting here outside the bakery. I had some kind of a very large pasty. It was very nice indeed too. Don't know if you can hear that. There's two noises. The constant noise, that's just a river close by. The other is thunder. It hasn't really rained, but having thunder is not a good sign. So I'm hoping that it's just going to pass and it'll be fine tomorrow. I have no idea what the weather's going to be like. Well, today has shown me one thing. I should carry on using and carrying my crampons. The extra weight means that the overwhelming majority of the time they're completely useless. But in the instances when I do use them, they basically are the difference between serious injury or death or carrying on with the walk. Now, put it that starkly, there isn't much of a choice. Obviously you're going to carry the crampons. I've realized today that
At some points in the future I may come across similar kinds of conditions. I may be going a little bit higher, or I may come across a patch of snow or something, and it really does make a big difference. I felt much more safer using them, and it made me much more able to deal with difficult terrain. I did send some other rubbish back home today, so I managed to get to a post office which was open, which is obviously good. And the thunderstorm hasn't materialized yet. Nothing's really happened outside. I had heard thunder earlier, but it hasn't even properly rained yet, to be quite honest. Hoping the good weather continues and I carry on with this journey.
I'm finding these in groups like this all over the place as I'm walking along here. In that direction you got Val d'Isère, which I came from. I think that's the direction I'm generally heading in. Well, that's Lake Chevril, which isn't really a lake, it's a dam. And then I'm heading towards this direction, and that is Lake Tignes, I believe. So this is Lake Tignes. And this is the center, the hub where everything is happening. This is the tourist office, which is quite useful. You got toilets and Wi-Fi. Plus I charged up my phone as well. Wednesday, 4th of July. I think I'm around Col du Palette, or somewhere around there, roughly about 2,600 meters. I'm at Refuge de Palette. Got a crepe, Nutella, ice cream and a coffee. And a great view to match. Well, that's the direction I've come from. Which is Tignes. Well, quite a way away. That down there is Refuge Entre le Lac, I believe. And that's the direction I'm heading towards, which is Landry, eventually. There's my bag. I'll be pitching up there tonight. I've just come from down there. As you can see, it's a bit of a cloudy morning. There was a bit of rain during the night and thunderstorm and lightning, but not really much rain. It's Friday, 6th of July 2018. I'm heading towards Refuge de Bam. As you can see, I'm in the mist. I'm in clouds basically. There's not really much of a view. I think that's today all over. Well, it's 1:20. Friday, 6th of July, As you can see, the mist is still around, but it's lifted a lot. And it seems to be clearing up a little bit. This was all pretty white. Now you can begin to see the majesty of the mountains. I'm looking towards Refuge de Balmy, which will be on the left there somewhere, and go further up. It's Saturday, 7th of July 2018, and we called a Bresson, which is 2,469 meters high. Down over there, you can see Refuge de Presset, which I've been nowhere near. I've come down from that direction. Well, come up from that direction, sorry. As you can see, the weather today is much better. Not like yesterday, full of cloud. And here we have full circle. No other people that come up as well. So what's your name, young man?
Fredrik.
No, you're lying to me. What's your name?
Steve.
Steve. I don't know if he's telling me the truth, people. As you can see, there's a gorgeous view. There's the lake as well over there, which I'm gonna go past. Beautiful day, everything in bloom. And great views. That is Lake de Rosalind. Obviously it's not a lake, it's a dam. Very beautiful at that. As you can see, herd of cows. Not that far from where I am. The farmer saw me, didn't say anything. He was up there, he was just sorting out stuff with the fencing. At one point he came by, he was just taking off the fencing along here. And he just said bonjour, and that was it. The cows are all happy there, munching away. I don't think he really cares that much that I've pitched up in full view here quite early. But this is the interesting life I lead at the moment. Obviously I'm worried about them coming over here. Not that far, but it's not the end of the world. I can always back up and move anyway. As you can see, I've been doing some repairs. There's a tiny little puncture hole caused by the crampon, so I put a bit of tenacious tape on the outside and the inside, and put a bit of super glue. The farmer had come by again. He had put this string back on, so obviously he'd rearranged it, and Some of the wildlife is a bit close, but amazingly the fence seems to work, and all it is just a piece of string. I mean, there's nothing stopping it just charging right over it, but obviously not. So everyone's got their own thing to do. I've got my little repair, farmer does his little thing, and the cows do theirs. So everyone's happy. Well, last night I camped out just slightly further over there to where the building was. Didn't realise I could have camped here. It doesn't cost anything. Anyway, you live and learn. Heading off in that direction. See how far I get today. Sunday 8th of July 2018. I'm near Col de Sauce or something like that. Not actually there, I'm somewhere close by. But with a magnificent view. I'm still on the same ridge. I think it's called Crete des Gits. Just above 2,400 meters. As you can see, this is Refuge de la Croix du Bonhomme. Anyway, great view, great weather, very peaceful, and not very windy, which is really good. A couple of herds of people just went down the path that way. You can see one of them, I think. This is called Bonhomme. Altitude 2,329 meters. Lots of people about in comparison to the rest of the walk, simply because you've hit now Tour de Mont Blanc. That's the direction I'll be heading off in tomorrow, Contamins. That's where I've come from. This here is a bit like a magical stream. You can see there's plenty of water coming down. And then it just comes in here and that's it. But this never overflows. And you can see next to it here, that's that white bit is a snow patch and there's no water there. So all the water is somehow disappearing here. I don't know if you can make out, but there is a slight swirl in the center there. There we are. So the water is definitely going down in through the rock somewhere. It's amazing how different things look just with the light. And this is 7:25 in the morning as opposed to yesterday afternoon. Now this valley looks pretty cool. We're looking down onto Les Uches and Chamonix just beyond. Tuesday 10th of July 2018 and I'm in Chamonix.
Ah no, così che fa. Qua c'è